Okay, so hello, good morning, beautifuls. I actually have a pre-thought out message today, and I put a stand, a semi stand. Well, anyways, that's not the important part. Nice. So I've been listening to a lot of, not a lot, I've seen some messages, and there's women, especially in this day and age, where they, here's Mush, are you done? Where they talk about, well, I stopped breastfeeding when my child was such and such age. Oh, sorry. Because it's my body. I wanted my body back. And look, I'm not putting that down or anything. Yeah, I understand that it's your body and your experience and whatever. As far as that goes, I wanted to, this is the Eckhart Tolle book, A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. It talks about so basically it's talking about, you know, at first it starts with my toy, and then it goes to my car, and then my house, and more and more and more, and in this experience, if you've noticed, once you get something, you want more, and then more, and more, and more, and more. So there's a story where it says, no touching, baby. There's a story that talks about the lost ring, and basically that there's somebody that lost a ring, and they're like, you don't understand, this was my grandmother's ring. I used to wear it every day until I got ill and my hands became too swollen. It's more than just a ring to me. How can I not be upset? And Saya, and then basically the man said, Eckhart Tolle said, I'm going to ask you a few questions. But instead of answering them now, see if you can find the answers within you. I will pause briefly after each question. When an answer comes, it may not necessarily come in the form of words. She said she was ready to listen. I asked, do you realize that you will have to let go of the ring at some point? Perhaps quite soon. How much more time do you need before you will be ready to let go of it? Will you become less when you let go of it? Has who you are become diminished by the loss? There were a few minutes of silence after the last question. When she started to speak again, there was a smile on her face and she seemed at peace. The last question made me realize something important. First, I went to my mind for an answer, and my mind said, yes, of course you have been diminished. Then I asked myself the question again. Has who I am become diminished? This time, I tried to feel rather than think the answer, and suddenly I could feel my I am-ness. I have never felt that before. If I could feel that I am so strong, then who I am hasn't diminished at all. I can still feel it now, something peaceful but very alive. That is the joy of being, I said. You can only feel it when you get out of your head. Being must be felt. It can't be thought. The ego doesn't know about it because thought is what it consists of. The ring was really in your head as a thought that you confused with the sense of I am. You thought that I am, or a part of it, was in the ring. Whatever the ego seeks and gets attached to are substitutes for being that it cannot feel. You can value and care for things, but whenever you get attached to them, you will know it's the ego. And you are never really attached to a thing, but to a thought that has... Sorry. You are never really attached to a thing, but to a thought that has I, me, or mine in it. Whenever you completely accept a loss, you go beyond ego and who you are, and I am, which is consciousness itself, emerges. She said, "Now I understand something Jesus said never made sense to me before. If someone takes your shirt, let them have your coat as well." "That's right," I said. "It doesn't mean you should never lock your door. All it means that sometimes letting the things go in an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on." Soul just spilled water everywhere. Alright, I love you guys, and let go of it. It's not my body, it's a body. It's breastfeeding is one of the best things that we can give our children, and we all know this. We all know this for a fact. For a fact, you know, and from my research, my own research, instead of following, you know, what everyone else says, and if I would have followed everyone else said, I would have breastfed for 3 months and then had my body back. Get my body back, get my boobs back, get my time back. You know, but it's not something that's important to me. What's important to me is the best and the well-being of my child. And I know that that's every mother's importance, is their children. And, you know, your child picked you on purpose. You're an amazing mother, you're an amazing father, and you guys know what's best for your children. And maybe we have let, you know, other things in our lives control what we do, and let us get caught in the trap of, you know, this is my body. My body needs to be back and get my boobs back, and it's just, it's silly. It really doesn't make any sense. Self-weaning and letting the child have, you know, the comfort and the nutrition of your breasts for as long as they may want or may need. It is what it is. And I hope this helped. And it's always a little bit scattered when the kids are awake and I have to like be watching them while I'm making the video. But if you can get this book, it's an amazing book. It will definitely change your life. And I'll put a few links in the description that go with this topic. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I know I have like a tiny bit of breastfeeding, but this is just a little bit of what's more to come on my new website. Okay, I love you guys. Mwah.